How y'all doing? Hope you're well. So, another update. Where we're at, where we've been. So, the last little update video I told you, we broke it. John was building it. Well, we got it back. I don't remember if I talked about this part, but got it back from John. Got it in the car. Everything felt great. I couldn't find a track to go test at on my off day besides Steele, Alabama. So I drove all the way down there. It's about 2.5 hour drive. Me and my buddy Eric Thorne. I got to sneeze, but I can't. Anyway, my buddy Eric Thorne and his boy Evan, Bryant Hutchins, my tuner, TJ Perry. We all went down to Steele for Midnight Madness. It was basically just a test and tune at night. It's pretty cool. Well, it was supposed to be. I popped off one motor pass to get the car to run it through its paces. It's a 1/4 mile track. I only run it to the 8th, but I went ahead and clicked 3rd. Run it a little past the 8th just to make sure everything was going to be good. And when I pulled back around, heard a small noise, didn't know what it was. Oil pressure was fine. It wasn't running hot or anything like that. All the vitals looked good. Took it on around, cut it off, fired it back up. Still made the noise. Kinda. It's like, alright, cool. So I pulled up the staging lanes. It quit. Pulled up staging lanes. Didn't worry about it. Got up, did my burnout, and it was back, and it was horrible, which this video. Yeah, so I bailed on the run, pulled it back to the trailer. We was thinking maybe converter bolts. Pulled it halfway up on the trailer so we could get under it, and the converter bolts were tight. Bryant snugged them down even farther, really torqued them down, fired it back up, same thing, still making the noise. So I was thinking, great, it's the bottom end, it's rod bearing, something. Loaded it back up. In the process of loading it up, ripped one of the mufflers off, broke my trailer, all the fun stuff. So since then, I took it to Nicky's. We let it sit there and idle in his parking lot for a good 15 minutes. Didn't make the first noise. Quiet as a church mouse. I took it in front of his shop. Done a little burnout in first gear. As soon as I got it up in RPMs, there it is. It's back. The noise is back. Pulled it around. And Nicky said, that's not a motor noise. That's in the trans. Something in the trans or converter. Long story short, got it on the rack. Pulled the two apart. Crunk it up. Motor was fine. Motor sounded perfect. Took the trans out, took the converter out. Noticed a few difference between that converter and one that Nicky had out of another LS Turbo 350 setup. Alright, so this is the converter he had. See, it looks like it's up in there farther, but it has no movement. It's nice, tight, like it's supposed to be. 12. Just like it. Now, that one's mine. How am I? Throw it in there. And then mine's in there. And it's,
This is floppy.
Loosey-goosey. So, maybe that's just my issue. Go do something. Anyways, while I'm up, I'm checking the mail. I took the converter to PTC. They looked it over for me. We sit there together, looked it over. Everything looked great. There was no issues. They had a built 350 sitting in their floor, so we stuck it in that trans. Fit perfect. Everything was great. I was just what the piss. So I went home, went back to Nicky's, got my trans since it was already out. Took it to PTC and 5 minutes, we figured out what it was. Small something in the trans. Called John. He said, yeah, bring it up here. So I went that night up there. He took it apart, fixed it. Like I said, no big deal. The pump gear was, it was an issue with the pump gear, I'll put it like that. And it wasn't letting the converter seat all the way, which was letting it sit there, and once you got on it, let it sit there and tick. So John pulled it out, fixed it, no problem. Looked through everything else, make sure we didn't hurt nothing. Everything's golden. Took it back to Nick's, got it back together the other night, and yeah, now we're home. I've made one or two little street pulls with it. Everything's great, sounds good, feels good. So now all we got left is finding an off day. Me having an off day that lines up with a track day, so I can actually do something and test it and see what happens. But the car's home. It's in the shop. I'm fixing to button up a few things. Like I got hooked trans temp gauge back up and fix the exhaust and see about getting a working fuel gauge until I can get the Pro Dash. So that's where we're at right now. Car, like I said, car's home. So that's all I got really for y'all. Just like I said, I just want to give you an update. I don't want to jinx myself, so knock on wood, everything should be golden. We should be ready to go out and have a good test and tune session now. I hope. So, yeah, that's it. Y'all be safe, have fun. I'll see y'all later.